the stream also.
I've just muted everybody. So
I've unmuted us. You can hear us.
mm-hmm.
Good. Okay. All right. Ready to start?
Rabbi Adrian, would you like me to begin the
Okay.
It's got that wax on it.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu. Is that right? Let me do that now. L'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Amen.
Heaven and earth were finished, and all their host. On the seventh day, God finished the work that had been done, and ceased on the seventh day from all the work that had been done. God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, resting on it from all the work of creation that God had done. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Yes.
Okay.
Blessed are you, our living God, sovereign of the universe, whose commands make us holy and who delights in us. Willingly with love, you give us your holy Shabbat to inherit, for it recalls the act of creation. This is the first day of holy gatherings, a reminder of the exodus from Egypt. Because you chose us to be holy among all peoples, willingly and with love, you gave us your holy Shabbat to inherit. Blessed are you, God, who makes the Shabbat holy.
Okay.
Baruch atah Adonai, I have it up. Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much, Mel, for leading us in the Hamotzi. Thank you for welcoming Shabbat into our homes and bringing the light of Shabbat into our homes. We thought for this evening, because we received so many wonderful messages of hope and of joy in the past 24 hours, that the best response is to sing a lot this evening. So we will try to include as many of the songs as possible, but not, of course, to exceed the time limit we have for the service. So I invite you to turn to page 102 in our Sidurim, and let's start with Yom Ze LiYisrael. Yom Ze LiYisrael, Ora v'Simcha, Ora v'Simcha, Shabbat Menucha. Yom Ze LiYisrael, Ora v'Simcha, Shabbat, Shabbat Menucha, Menucha. Shabbat, Shabbat Menucha. Tzvita pekudim b'ma'amat Sinai, Shabbat u'moadim lishmo b'chol shanai, le'aroch lefanai mased avucha. Shabbat, Shabbat Menucha, Menucha. Shabbat, Shabbat Menucha. Yom Ze LiYisrael, Ora v'Simcha, Ora v'Simcha, Shabbat Menucha. Yom Ze LiYisrael, Ora v'Simcha, Shabbat, Shabbat Menucha, Menucha. Shabbat, Shabbat Menucha. Chemdat halvanot le'uma v'shevura, lenafashot nefvarot, neshama yetera, lenefesh metzera, yasir anacha. Shabbat, Shabbat Menucha, Menucha. Shabbat, Shabbat Menucha. Yom Ze LiYisrael, Ora v'Simcha, Ora v'Simcha, Shabbat Menucha. Yom Ze LiYisrael, Ora v'Simcha,
Shabbat, Shabbat Menucha.
קידשת ברכת אותו מכל ימים, וששת כלית מלאכת עולמים, בו מצאו עגומים השקט, ובביטחך שבת, שבת מנוחה, מנוחה.
Shabbat, Shabbat Menucha. Yom ze l'Yisrael ora v'simcha, ora v'simcha, Shabbat Menucha. Yom ze l'Yisrael ora v'simcha, Shabbat, Shabbat Menucha.
מנוחה.
Shabbat, Shabbat Menucha. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boahem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bahuni leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seitem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Page 106. Mipiel,
Mipiel Yevorach Kol Yisrael, Mipiel, Mipiel Yevorach Kol Yisrael.
Ein adik Adonai, ve'ein Baruch, ve'ein Amram, ein Gedula kaTorah, ve'ein Dorshea keYisrael.
Mipiel, Mipiel Yevorach Kol Yisrael, Mipiel, Mipiel Yevorach Kol Yisrael.
Ein Haduk Adonai, ve'ein Batik, ve'ein Amram, ein Zachar kaTorah, ve'ein Chachamea keYisrael.
Mipiel, Mipiel Yevorach Kol Yisrael, Mipiel, Mipiel Yevorach Kol Yisrael.
Ein Tahok Adonai, ve'ein Yachid keve'ein Amram, ein Kabira kaTorah, ve'ein Lomdeha keYisrael.
Mipiel, Mipiel Yevorach Kol Yisrael, Mipiel, Mipiel Yevorach Kol Yisrael.
Ein Melech Adonai, ve'ein Navi keve'ein Amram, ein Segula kaTorah, ve'ein Oskeha keYisrael.
Mipiel, Mipiel Yevorach Kol Yisrael, Mipiel, Mipiel Yevorach Kol Yisrael.
Ein Porek Adonai, ve'ein Tzadik keve'ein Amram, ein Kedusha kaTorah, ve'ein Romemea keYisrael.
Mipiel, Mipiel Yevorach Kol Yisrael, Mipiel, Mipiel Yevorach Kol Yisrael.
Ein Kadosh kaDonai, ve'ein Rabbi keve'ein Amram, ein Shmira kaTorah, ואין תומכיה כישראל,
מפיהם, מפיהם, יבורך כל ישראל. מפיהם, מפיהם, יבורך כל ישראל.
And then I invite you now to turn to page 119 for the Mizmor of the song or the poem of David, Mizmor LeDavid. Havu l'Adonai b'nei Elim, havu l'Adonai kavod va'os, havu l'Adonai kavod shemo, ishtachavu l'Adonai behadrat kodesh, kol Adonai al hamayim, el hakavod hirim, Adonai, Adonai, al mayim rabim. Kol Adonai ba'koach, Kol Adonai be'hada, Kol Adonai shoveh arazim, vayeshabeh Adonai et asya Levanon, vayakidem kemo egel Levanon ve'sirion, kemo ben re'emim. Kol Adonai chotzev lehavod esh, Kol Adonai yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, Kol Adonai yechol le'ayalot, vayechezov ye'arot, uvechalo kulo omer kavod, kulo omer kavod. Adonai l'hamabul yashav, vayeshev Adonai melech leolam.
Adonai oz le'amo yiten, Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom.
Page 121, the wonderful poem that welcomes the Shabbat bride into our midst, that welcomes the moment, what we call the pinnacle of the Kabbalat Shabbat, the welcoming of Shabbat in our service, Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, yadadai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, yadadai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamo v'zacho b'dibur echad, ishmi'anu el ha'miyuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad, l'shem u'tiferet v'litila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, yadadai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, yadadai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lehu v'lecha, ki hi mekor ha'beracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshava techila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, yadadai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, yadadai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, hitoreri, ki ba'orech kumi ori, uri, uri, shir daberi, kavod Adonai alayich nigla. Hey, hey. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, yadadai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. לך דודי
לקראת קלה ילדי 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 פני שבת נקבלה בואי ושלום עטרת בלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני ים סגולה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת קלה ידדי 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 פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה ידדי 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 פני שבת נקבלה.
And unfortunately, even we're entered a new year, it is not changing that hardship is befalling some of our congregational family members, of people that we love, and those people, they have to say goodbye to a beloved friend, to a beloved family member, to a father, a sister, a spouse, to someone they just spent so many times in their life with together. On this Shabbat, on this first Shabbat in the new secular year, of course, we pause for a moment after we welcome Shabbat into our congregation by thinking of those who perhaps need us at this moment the most. This week, unfortunately, Alex Davis, brother of Raymond Davis, was called to the eternal, and we also mourn together with Stella the death of Aya Hannah Yavin, the friend of Stella Mason. And we remember that this week, as the weeks before, many people died because of COVID, but also because of other illnesses that had befallen them. The numbers are frightening, and so we hope that with the joy of Shabbat and our singing, we can for a moment bring light into the lives of all those who mourn a beloved person in their life. We continue on page 124 with then Psalm 92. But please, all those who mourn, remember that we are with you, and that we share of our joy, and that we share of the miracles we see in the world. And we hope you will see those miracles that are mentioned in Psalm 92 and all the other Tehillim. We see them and hope our joy can open your eyes once again to the beauty of the world. Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat, Psalm 92 on page 124.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך העליון, ולזמר לשמך העליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות. עלי עשור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בחינו. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך העליון, ולזמר לשמך העליון. כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה ידיך רנן. מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני, מאוד מחשבותיך. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשם העליון, ולזמר לשם העליון.
God, how great are your works, your thoughts are so very deep. The stupid do not know this, nor can the foolish understand that when the wicked flourish, they are only like grass. And when all who do evil spring up, their end is always destruction. V'atamarom leolam Adonai, only you are exalted forever, eternal. For see your enemies, O God, see how your enemies shall perish, all who do evil shall scatter. But you exalted my strength like an ox, anointed me with fresh oil. My eyes saw the fate of my enemies, and those who rose up to harm me. My ears have heard their end. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree, grow tall like the cedar in Lebanon, planted in the house of their Maker. They shall flourish in the courts of our God, bearing new fruits in old age, still full and sap and still green, to declare that the Creator is faithful, my rock, in whom there is no wrong. Lehagid ki yashar Adonai tzuri v'lo avlata bo. And before we continue with the Ma'arif service, the next part of our evening service, let me share with you a thought on the beginning of the secular New Year. So most of us were counting last night, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year. Perhaps all of us at home watching the BBC and seeing the fireworks. But I was also thinking as we entered the secular New Year and began a new decade last night, I was reflecting on how we Jews organize and categorize time in the moment when many are focused on developing and sticking to a new year, to the New Year's resolutions. In Judaism, the Mishnah describes 4 New Years in tractate Rosh Hashanah. It says the first of Nisan is the New Year for kings and for festivals. The first of Elul is the New Year for the tithe of beasts. The first of Tishrei is the New Year for years, for Shemitah, and Jubilee years, for planting and for tithe of vegetables. And the first of Shvat is the New Year for trees, according to the words of Shammai. But Bet Hillel says on the 15th of that month, meaning Shvat. Quote end. So, in other words, we have 4 New Years. Rosh Hashanah, the first of Tishrei, celebrates the creation of the world. In ancient times, it also served as the starting date for new rulers and kings, and for legal documents. The 15th of Shvat, which we celebrate in around 3.5 weeks, celebrates the trees and the fruits that are just starting to ripen in the land of Israel. Therefore, Tu B'Shvat is when we celebrate the New Years of the trees. The first of Nisan recognizes our freedom from slavery in Egypt, celebrates our redemption and the birth of the Jewish people. And finally, the first of Elul was the cattle tithe, which concerned all new cattle born in that year. All the markers of time bring order, laws and rituals out of chaos. The New Years were practical reminders and ways to derive meaning from time. So, what are the advantages today of having 4 designated New Years for us Jews? I would say resolutions made on January 1st are hard to keep. As soon as the new year begins, gyms becomes more crowded and people seem kinder. Also, this is generally hard to keep up. It is often short-lived. Generally, daily routines and habits shift back into old patterns. Am I right? I think so. There's tremendous values in having actually 4 New Years as part of the Jewish calendar, spread out over the 4 seasons. Another way to view them is a system of reinforcement or nice reminders where the community is invested in individuals' personal growth over the course of the year. Also, we're no longer associate it with cattle tides. Elul is a preparatory month that helps us to prepare fully for the first of Tishrei. So the first of Elul recognizes the need for an entire month of spiritual preparation to fully embrace the upcoming new year. And Rosh Hashanah on the first of Tishrei is the time for an official Cheshbon HaNefesh, an accounting of the soul. We atone for our sins, engage in the work of Teshuvah to repent and change our behavior for the new year. The intensity of the fall Chagim is like a spiritual respite guiding through the start of the new year. And once the fall holidays are behind us and the darkness of winter has us feeling down, Tu B'Shvat reminds us that new trees and new life are on the horizon. It spiritually re-energizes us so that we can stay true to enhancing ourselves. Even when we may want to fall into familiar habits, the new fruits and the Tu B'Shvat Seder pulls us out of the bleakness that winter can bring. If we have lost our way in the absence of holidays, it helps us to recenter, reminding us that spring is around the corner. With the start of Nisan and Pesach, we can more fully shed our winter baggage and once again engage in the spiritual cleaning. As we rid our homes of physical chametz, we simultaneously rid ourselves of emotional chametz that we need to let go. The work of resolutions, when done well, requires that we have a system of support. So, for me, the original intention of each Jewish New Year was likely to build units and times that had great significance for leadership, economics, agriculture, and personal growth. The Jewish calendar, however, has grown and changed with the Jewish people to reflect modern holidays and observances. In its evolution, some of the Jewish New Years have lost significance and observance. But I see an opportunity for all 4 Jewish New Years to help us to keep accountable to the spiritual work of becoming better versions of ourselves and sticking to our resolutions. The New Years, whether Jewish or secular, they help us to recognize that personal transformations are connected to the communal time. The beauty of 4 Jewish New Years is that they keep us accountable in every season to recognize the passage of time and derive order and growth from it. So, as we celebrate the new secular year and create resolutions, we have the Jewish calendar to hold us accountable. Shabbat Shalom and Happy New Year. With this, I hope when we now recite the blessings before and after the Shema, we are reminded that we are a people that walk together through history into the future, that we walk from generations to generations, that we recognize the creation at the beginning of time, when we say the blessing for the twilight, and then recognizing God's love for us, bringing us through time. And with the words of the Shema, we are reminded that we are also the gatekeepers of a good future for our children by installing our love for Judaism into them. So page 128, the blessing of the creator of the universe. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר בדברו מעריף ערבים בחוכמה פותח שערים ובתבונה משנה עתים ומחליב את הזמנים ומסדר את הכוכבים במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו. בורא יום ולילה גואל אור מפני חושך וחושך מפני אור ומעביר יום ומביא לילה ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה אדוני צבאות שמו. Baruch Ata Adonai Hama'arif Aravim. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Ahavta, with everlasting love. You have loved your people, the family of Israel, teaching and practice duty and justice. These you have taught us. Therefore, our God and guide, we think upon all this before we sleep and when we wake, and rejoice and delight in your teaching and its practice forever and ever. For they are our life and the measure of our days. We keep them in mind, both day and night. Never take your love away from us.
Baruch Ata Adonai, Ohev et Amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael,
Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Page 134 in the middle. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. אמת ואמונה כל זאת וקיים עלינו, כי הוא אדוני אלוהינו, וזולתו אנחנו ישראל עמו.
All this is true and firmly held by us, that you are our living God and no other exists, that we are Israel, your people. You perform great deeds beyond research, too wonderful to tell. Your children saw your power, raised and thanked your name, and willingly accepted your rule over them. With great joy, Moses and Miriam and the children of Israel answered you in song, all of them saying, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדע בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. Our living God, your children saw your rule over the sea of reeds, all of them as one, honored you as sovereign, and saying, Adonai Imlo
Leolam Vaed.
God shall rule forever and ever. And it is prophesied, for the Almighty has set Jacob free and rescued him from a hand stronger than his own. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. We're page 136. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'ha'amidenu malkeinu l'chaim ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha v'takenenu be'etzah tova milfanecha v'hoshi'enu lema'an shemecha v'hagen be'adenu v'chazer me'aleinu oyev dever v'cherev v'ra'av v'yagon v'chazer satan milfanenu ומאחרינו, ובצל כנפיך תסתירנו, כי אל שומרנו מצילנו אתה. כי אל מלך חנון ורחום אתה, ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם. ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו, ועל עמו ישראל, ועל העולם. God, you are blessed, spreading the shelter of peace over us, over your people Israel, and over all the world.
ושמעו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ביני ובין בני ישראל. אותי לעולם, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש.
Page 140, we invite you to join in the tefillah, in the blessings that once again give us an idea that we are people living in a time that was described through the lives of our ancestors. And this is the Shabbat where we conclude the book of Bereshit, the stories of our forefathers and foremothers. And then we turn through the prayers, through the times, recognizing the significance of the city of Jerusalem in our faith, and then towards an idea, a vision of our future, a future that is marked by shalom, by peace, by wholeness. So if you want to join, we're on page 140. If the words inspire you, if there's a special word that catches your eye, please use the moment also to dwell on its meaning, and then join us at the end when we sing or say Shalom. Page 140.
Adonai sefata tifta ufia giteilateha. Adonai sefata tifta ufia giteilateha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Rachel, ואלוהי לאה. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואמהות, ומביא גואל לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עושה ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם פוקד שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, וחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם. מכלכל חיים בחסד, וחיי מתים ברחמים רבים. צומח נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתי אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומידו מלך, מלך ממיד ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי המתים. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. You made the seventh day holy to your name as the end of the creation of heaven and earth. You blessed it above all other days, and you made it holier above all other times. And so it is written in your Torah, ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישפוט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, רצנה ומחתנו, קדשנו במצוותיך, שים חלקנו בתורתך, זרענו מטובך, שמחנו נפשנו בשועתך, וטהר ליבנו לעובדך באמת. והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה וברצון שבת קודשך. ואנו חובה ישראל, כל ישראל, מקדשי שמך, ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת. רצה אדוני אלוהינו בעמך ישראל, ותפילתם שאה וברחמך הרבים תחפוץ בנו, ותשחה שנתך על ציון, ותחזינה עינינו בתשובך לציון ברחמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, המחזיר שכינתו לציון. מודים אנחנו לך. We declare with gratitude that you are our God and the God of our ancestors. You are our rock, the rock of our lives, and the shield that saves us in every generation. We thank you and recount your praise for our lives held in your hand, for our souls that are in your care, and for the signs of your presence that are with us every day. At every moment, at evening, morning, and noon, we experience your wonders and your goodness. You are goodness itself, for your mercy has no end. You are mercy itself, for your love has no limit. Forever have we put our hope in you. ועל כולם יתברך ויתרומם ויתנשא תמיד שמך מלכנו לעולם ועד. וכל החיים ידוך סלע, והללו ויברכו את שמך הגדול באמת. האל ישועתנו ועזרתנו סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני, הטוב שמך ולך נאה להודות. שלום על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל
השלום, שלום אהב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום אהב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל, בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום אהב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום אהב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם.
ברוך אתה אדוני, ומברך את עמו ישראל בשלום. We'll have a short moment for private prayers before we continue the service with Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom b'mormav, hu yaseh Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol ha'olam. Oseh Shalom b'mormav, hu yaseh Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol ha'olam. Hu yaseh Shalom, hu yaseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Nu yaseh Shalom, nu yaseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Hu yaseh Shalom, hu yaseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Hu yaseh Shalom, hu yaseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Imaru, Amen. And we continue on page 310 with the Aleinu
Turn it back on.
prayer before we then conclude the service with reciting the Kaddish and thinking of the dear ones that have left this world and whose yahrzeit we mark. So page 310.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים, ונתן לנו את תורתו. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום מחשבותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ ועל הארץ מתחתינו.
Page 313. על כן נקווה לך אדוני אלוהינו לראות מהרה בתפארת עוזך, להעביר גילולים מן הארץ והעלילים קרות יכרתון, לתקן עולם במלכות שדי, וכל בני בשר יקראו בשמך, להבנות אליך כל ראשי הארץ, יכירו וידעו כל יושבי תבל, כי שותפים כולנו בתיקון עולמך. כי המלכות שלך היא לעולמי עד תמלוך בכבוד. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, שמו
ושמו אחד.
The light of life is an infinite flame. Like our sacred candles, life is kindled, it burns, it glows, it is radiant with warmth and beauty. But soon it fades, its substance is consumed, and is no more. In light we see, in light we are seen. The flames dance, and our lives are full. But as night follows day, the candle of our life burns down and gutters. There is an end to the flames. We see no more and are no more seen. Yet we do not despair, for we are more than a memory slowly fading into the darkness. With our lives, we give life. Something of us can never die. We move into the eternal cycle of darkness and death, of light and life. Our thoughts turn to loved ones whom death has taken from us in recent days, and those who died at this season in years past. Our hearts open as well to the wider circles of loss in our community and wherever grief touches the human family. On this Shabbat, we remember Elias Saltoon, husband of Lillian, father of Jerry and Sarah, Aya, Hannah, Yavin, friend of Stella Mason, Alex Davis, brother of Raymond Davis, Rebecca Baca Jenks, grandmother of Daniel Jenks, Carola Ferrou, aunt of Anne Samuels, Joyce Lafitte, mother of John Lafitte, Irene Lay, mother of John Lay, Sylvia Braham, mother of Stephen Braham, Martin Kirshen, husband of Anne Kirshen, father of Deborah Fisher, Sidney Taylor, father of Jackie Taylor, Harry Chaitov, father of Melanie Angel, Clement Mizrahi, father of Sylvie Davies, Cecilia Sheridan, mother of Brian Sheridan, Lydia Velissich, mother of Shannon Herder, George Hibbs, father of Yvette Ball, Montague Keane, brother of Helen Barnett, Rose Maxwell, mother of Colin Maxwell, Genia Goldberg, mother of Elaine van Mops, Keswick Goldman, father of Stephen Goldman, Morris Ousley, father of Rachel, Israel Nathan Feldman, father of Brian Feldman, Doris Rosemary Hammond, mother of Anthony Hammond, grandmother of William and Rebecca, Ellie Less, father of Stephen Less, Israel Spivak, father of Ed Spivak, and Harry Bell, father of Barry Bell and Vivian Spivak. If you have names that were not mentioned in our list, please put them into the live chat so that we as a community can remember them with all those whose names are not known to us, but we remember their impact on humanity and how much they meant for others. Please join on page 316 in the reading of the Kaddish, page 316. יתגדל ויתקדש שומר רבה, בעלמא דברך יחותה וימליך מלכותה, בחיי חון ובימכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה ומבורך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, תאמרן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלום הרבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל העולם ואמרו אמן. זיכרונם לברכה, may their memories be for a blessing. We have nearly concluded the service. Are there any announcements?
Other than the service beginning at 10:30 again tomorrow morning or 10:40 on YouTube, I'd also like to welcome our friends who've been watching us on YouTube. We have people as far away as Brazil and Durban and Johannesburg today, plus another 10 or so of our community and other people we haven't been chatting to. So it's lovely to realize that we are welcoming people from all around the world, which is really lovely to see. Do have a look on our YouTube at some time. All the services are recorded, so you can see them again if you wish.
Thank you.
Glenys has actually said from here that she was also remembering her brother from Johannesburg as well, I believe. So has anybody else any other announcements? That everything will be in our zine, of course.
Stella, so can we say Mazel Tov to Gabriel and his wife?
Oh, yes. Not joining us, but you may have noticed that Gabriel and Manuel. Oh, I'm sounding very bad. Gabriel and Manuel have had a son this week, student Rabbi Gabriel Cantor Weber. So we will no doubt see him here more later on.
I'm quite sure, and then we will celebrate with him. What a wonderful way to start a new year, by having an addition to the family. So, and we'll wish them that they will have many nights they can sleep through.
Many more children.
Many more children. Wait, one after the other. Tomorrow in the service, of course, you're all invited to join. The service starts at 10:30, and there we will, of course, include also a prayer of healing for the many that surround us and who are ill. We conclude our service with Yigdal Elohim Chai on page 318, and then with a special blessing for the new year, page 318. יגדל אלוהים חי וישתבח, נמצא ואין עד את מציאותו, אחד ואין יחיד כייחודו, נעלם וגם אין סוף לאחדותו, אין לו דמות הגוף ואינו גוף, לא נערוך אליו קדושתו, קדמון לכל דבר אשר נברא, ראשון ואין ראשית לראשיתו. הינו אדון עולם לכל נוצר, יורה גדולתו ומלכותו, שפר נבואתו נתנו, אל אנשי סגולתו ותפארתו. לא קם בישראל כמו שעוד נביא, ומביט אל תמונתו, תורת אמת נתן לעמו אל, על יד נביאו נאמן ביתו. לא יחליף האל ולא ימיר דתו, לעולמים לזולתו, צופה ויודע סתרנו, מביט לסוף דבר בקדמותו, גומל לאיש חסיד כמבעלו, נותן לרשע כרשעתו, ישלח לקץ ימים משיחנו, לבדות מחכה קץ ישועתו, מתים יחיה אל בחוף חסדו, ברוך עד עד שם תהילתו, את 13 לעיקרים הנם יסודת אל, ותורתו ותורתו. And the last blessing for this service, but the first concluding blessing for this new year, the secular new year, is a blessing for the new year and for all of us. So our God and God of all generations before us, may it be your will in the coming year to grant us a year of abundance and atonement,
A year of blessings bestowed and received,
a year of community and compassion,
a year of delight and exaltation, a year of enlightenment,
a year of friendship and forgiveness,
a year of going up in gladness to the land of Israel,
a year of health and healing and humor,
a year of inner strength and well-being,
a year of joy and Jewish celebration,
a year of knowledge and learning for its own sake,
a year of love between parents and children, friends and spouses, brothers and sisters,
a year of mitzvot and moments of sweetness,
a year of nature protected and enjoyed,
a year of optimism and hope,
a year of peace pursued with perseverance,
a year of quiet and tranquility,
a year of rain in its season,
a year of song and spiritual growth,
a year of Torah study and tikkun olam,
a year of understanding and unity,
a year of vow fulfilled and violence overcome,
a year of wisdom acquired and shared,
a year of coexistence among the families of the earth,
a year of young and old reaching out to one another,
a year of Zion aglow with light for us and all the world. Our God and God of the generations before us, grant us a year of gratitude to you for the most profound of blessing, your gift of life. Shana Tova.
Shana Ezrachit Shuvah.
But really a happy new year to all of you. May this be a year where we will see more light than darkness. A year where the many or miracles that I've described in also my piece for the e-sign this week, that these miracles of collaboration of all humanity together to overcome all the hurdles and boundaries in the world will be more and even stronger in this year, so that we grow as a humanity and that we overcome this pandemic that keeps us in physical distance, but of course not in social distance. So to all of you, Shabbat Shalom. We will end now the YouTube stream, but of course, if you want to stay on Zoom, you can still remain in the Zoom chat for a while.
Shabbat Shalom.
Bye-bye.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.